Michael Eugene Archer, better known to the world as D'Angelo, has died at the age of 51, after a private struggle with pancreatic cancer. His family released a statement on October 14, 2025, saying that after a prolonged and courageous battle with the disease, he has been called home. He died in New York City, where he had spent his final days. According to sources close to him, he had been hospitalized for months and entered hospice care in his final 2 weeks. D'Angelo was born on February 11, 1974, in Richmond, Virginia. His father was a Pentecostal preacher, and Michael grew up deeply immersed in church music. He showed musical talent early. He began playing piano as a small child, and his family's religious and musical environment shaped his sensibilities. In his youth, he formed musical groups and performed locally. He gained exposure by performing at talent contests, including at New York's Apollo Theater. His early work caught the attention of record producers and music executives in the 1990s, leading to his signing and first major recordings. D'Angelo rose to prominence with his debut album, Brown Sugar, released in 1995. The album's blend of soul, R&B, and hip-hop elements helped establish him as a leading voice in the neo-soul movement. Songs like Lady and the title track Brown Sugar became hits and earned him early acclaim. In 2000, he released what many consider his artistic peak, the album Voodoo. The single Untitled, How Does It Feel, became iconic, not just for its sound but also for its minimalist, intimate music video. That album and single deepened his reputation as an artist who wasn't just chasing commercial success, but striving for emotional and musical authenticity. After a long hiatus from releasing major projects, D'Angelo returned in 2014 with Black Messiah, which was met with widespread critical acclaim. That album incorporated social and political themes, responding to contemporary issues of racial justice and cultural unrest. Black Messiah earned Grammy recognition and is regarded by many music critics as a high point in his catalog. Though D'Angelo seldom embraced the spotlight, his influence reached far across the music world. His peers, newer R&B and soul artists, and critics often cited him as a formative influence in pursuing depth over style, songcraft over spectacle. At the time of his death, D'Angelo was reportedly working on a fourth album in collaboration with Raphael Saadiq. That project now faces uncertainty, but expectations are that any finished work may be released posthumously. D'Angelo's life was not without difficulty. Over many years he wrestled with substance abuse, mental health pressures, and the burdens of fame. His relationship with the expectations of being a sex symbol also weighed on him. He sometimes felt conflicted about how fans viewed his image versus his identity. In 2005, he was arrested on charges of driving while intoxicated and possession of drugs. Shortly after, he was involved in an accident. Those episodes contributed to periods of withdrawal from public life, in which he made fewer appearances and released less music. Still, those times away from the limelight allowed him to grow, reflect, and eventually return on his own terms. His later work, especially Black Messiah, bore the marks of someone who had lived, struggled, and matured. His private nature and periodic seclusion in recent years also meant that many fans did not know much about his personal battles. But through his music, he communicated great vulnerability, wisdom, heartache, and hope. Pancreatic cancer is notoriously aggressive and difficult to detect early. Sources say D'Angelo's illness was handled privately. Friends and insiders described his final months as increasingly fragile. He spent several months in hospital care, before being moved to hospice in the last 2 weeks. His family asked for privacy but also invited fans to celebrate the gift of his music and the memories he leaves behind. In their statement, they said he was the shining star of our family, whose light has dimmed for now. He is survived by his children, including his son Michael Jr. and daughter Imani, and his legacy of songs that connected deeply with people across the globe. News of D'Angelo's passing provoked an outpouring of grief and tribute from the music community. Artists such as Tyler, the Creator, Jill Scott, Missy Elliott, Jennifer Hudson, and Nile Rodgers publicly honored his life and work. Many emphasized that his influence would ripple across future generations of artists. Music critics and fans alike reflected on how D'Angelo's approach to music, intimate, raw, soulful, created a benchmark for emotional honesty in R&B. His passing also renewed conversations about the fragility of life, the weight of artistic expectations, and the hidden struggles behind great talent. In social media and streaming platforms, listeners streamed Brown Sugar, Voodoo, Black Messiah, and his standout singles in tribute. His music shot up charts and playlists as fans revisited his journey. D'Angelo's life was a balance of brilliance and vulnerability. He achieved greatness not through flashy showmanship but through soul, depth, and an unshakable commitment to his voice. His songs explored love, faith, pain, redemption, and social awareness, often all at once. Though his body succumbed to illness, his music lives on. Each piano chord, each vocal inflection, each vulnerable lyric carries a piece of him. He leaves us not just the memory of a gifted artist, but a testament to what music can do: heal, connect, uplift, and challenge. As the world mourns his loss, many will also celebrate his life, remembering a man who used sound to reach hearts, who trusted silence as much as notes, and who always seemed to be listening. The story of D'Angelo is not simply ending. It becomes a chapter in the ongoing narrative of soul, music, and human experience. May his voice echo forever.